Well, hey everybody, I'm back. Thanks for checking in on me once again. I just wanted to jump on here really quick and do kind of a brief update and follow up to a couple of my videos from a couple of videos past. First off, wanted to do a couple shout outs again to some of the people that have been keeping up with me for Jasmine B. So I kind of came to conclusion on the whole art thing. So here I started. I mentioned before that I had started the drawing. So here's the. It's really bad. It's really bad. I don't even want to zoom in. This is so bad. I redid it like 3 times, and yeah, it's just not. It's not coming along. So I was doing it as I'm drawing it. I'm like, you know what? I keep talking about this art class that I had started online, and I just never finished it. And people are starting to comment like, you should finish the class. And I did pay for it, so yeah, I may as well finish it, right? And I'm working on this drawing, and I was like, well, maybe I should finish it. The other drawings that I did, maybe just because I didn't feel pressured because I was just drawing it for myself and not for a platform of people who are expecting something. But like I said before, cartoons are tough. They're kind of harder than like real life in a way. I don't know why that is, but maybe because we're not cartoons, so you just don't you don't have as much of a natural ability to get those proportions just right. But anyway, wanted to update you on that. So I figured what I would do is get back into the art and the class, and maybe even do updates on that, like how that's going. Maybe post some of the more interesting lessons, and if that's something that people are interested in. So that's a work in progress. So we'll be to be continued on the Incredibles drawing. And then also wanted to do a shout out to Feral Human once again. Thanks a lot for just your engagement, and in particular in my voting episode of a couple nights ago. Because again, and I'm gonna be repeating this a lot over the next couple months. I think it's so critical that we get out and vote this year in just record-breaking numbers. So just the fact that you even though you've already done mail-in voting in the past, the fact that you went on to vote.org after I mentioned it and just checked, made sure they had everything right, your address, and you were registered and good to go. Please tell your friends about it. If you've got friends like that don't want to vote, that have never voted before, try to convince them, particularly if you're in one of the battleground states. And so yeah, anyway, just wanted to thank you for that encouragement, and for just following up on that, and just for being for having such an investment in the good of your country, just like I tried to as well. And then also Christopher Williams, who also has been just super great about commenting, and especially with the Joe Biden recent. I've done a lot of videos on just the kind of the conflicted feelings about having to vote for a candidate that you don't really feel enthusiastic about, but the fact that this is an election that we have to get Donald Trump out of office. And so just bringing the engagement, bringing the thoughts and everything, I really appreciate it. It really helps liven up the show. I think for me, as I said before, dialogue with people is what it's all about. So it gives me motivation to come back and do another video, that knowing that people are getting something out of it, and I'm getting something out of it too, because the things that you guys say brings new perspectives to me. So yeah, I just wanted to just do that, shout out to everybody. And also Christopher Williams is the one who first brought up the idea of doing a live stream, and I did mention that I'm intending to do one on election night. So we'll see how that goes. I do have big-ish things lined up for the show in terms of improvements. I'm actually collaborating with a person right now on a website, which is I kind of envision it being a sort of a hub to connect people to the podcast, both audio and YouTube, but also just kind of a center point for ideas. I've written some articles already that I've put on there. That way, when the website launches, I'll already have some material. And this isn't necessarily something that I'm sharing with everybody, but I'm sharing it with the people that have listened to this point in the video. So you're gonna get some advanced knowledge just for the fact of watching the video, because I know I have access to analytics. I know that people aren't watching the whole video, but the people that are, obviously I can tell because you're responding to things that I say later in the video. So that being said, if you're listening now, then just kind of be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna try to have a launch of the website about a week before Election Day, where I'm not going to really be public about it though. I'm not going to be like announcing it on YouTube, but I'll probably put something in the description, or I might do something like I'm doing now, where I'll mention it like 6 minutes into the video, so that the people that are still watching are going to see it. And just my thinking there being like, I really appreciate what people think and like people's perspectives on things, so that if there's anything that's like, hey, you might want to fix that up, or hey Chris, like that's kind of weird, then that way I get a chance to hear that from the people that are actually following along before I expose it to potentially a bigger audience, especially because I'm hoping that on election night that people will maybe be there because they're looking for election results anyway, and they just happen to find my live stream. And Christopher Williams, I will be looking for you. So hopefully you'll be there. I'll be looking for you in the comments. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to kind of throw those out there. I'm excited for the next few months. I'm, like I said, trying to collaborate with people. I'm still working on where the podcast is going, where the video blog is going. When I first started last year, it was just purely audio, and I just kind of had my own personal reasons for why I was doing it. As I'm going along, it's the story is starting to tell itself in terms of what are the things that I share, and how much of me is this, and how much of this is just commentary on the world. And that's a thing that I'm still figuring out. But the fact that I had people interested in my drawings, and even like my thoughts on a movie, it was cool to me, and just has me thinking about where's this whole thing gonna go, because I have my own reasons for starting this podcast. I've got things in my life, like if you dig back into the audio podcast, some of my earlier episodes, I get into some more of that. So I won't regurgitate all that too much, but I do have bits and pieces that I share, and I'll share more as time goes along. But it's kind of a two-way trust issue, I think. And then the last thing I'll say really quick, one more shout out to Tommy Toughnuts. So this is from my episode on the body cam footage of George Floyd, and I pinned his comment. You can go back. I'm not gonna read it. It was a pretty hateful comment, but it was funny because it like had nothing to do with the content of the video itself. It was just like hurling insults for no reason. And obviously it's kind of like, why would you do a shout out for that? Well, the thing is, that comment just motivated me, like just lit a fire under my ass, honestly, like about the podcast, about the show. It just reminded me of my reasons for starting it, and just kind of fueled that fire. And I look at that comment and I'm like, I'm gonna have 1,000 subscribers in 1 year because of this comment. So I pinned that comment, put it at the top of the page so everybody else can see it, because I don't try to hide from criticism. Honestly, I think that speaks a lot more volumes on that person than it does onto me. So that doesn't bother me. It's good motivation. So shout out to Mr. Toughnuts for that. I take everything, the good and the bad and the ugly. It's all part of this process. So yeah, appreciate all of you, and I'll be checking in with you again. Thanks for sticking with me this long if you're still here. I'll get to working on that other drawing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish that series of lessons. Obviously, we just finished the Democratic National Debate tonight. I did actually write an article about it, which I put on the unpublished website. If anybody's like super interested in reading the article, you can let me know. I can send it to you if you want. If you've made it this far, then maybe you'll want to read it because for some reason or other you're still following me. So if that's something that if you want to see that or anything like I can send you. Like I said, I write stuff periodically that I'm just putting up, but it's not being published anywhere because it's obviously not the website's not launched yet. But anyway, so besides that, I don't really have anything. I don't think new to bring to the discussion about the DNC. I think that for anybody that's been following the videos, you know where I stand with Joe Biden, with the Democratic Party. I just want to get Trump out of office. I have my opinions on everything else, but right now it's just about getting Trump out of office. And January 21st, we'll start that conversation. So anyway, thanks for sticking with me this long. Have a great rest of your day. I will be checking in with you all again really soon. Remember to take care of yourselves and each other, and don't be afraid to question the consensus.